I'm Claire, one of the senior students, and we all take turns leading these Sunday morning meditations. Happy Palm Sunday to everybody. Charlie over there sent me a pretty entertaining link on Facebook where evidently there's a church doing Palm Sundays where you put ice cream and some like chocolate in your hand. So if you get bored doing our meditation and you feel like visualizing ice cream, I invite you to do that on this Palm Sunday. Calorie-free way of enjoying a somewhat absurd snack. So welcome everybody, and thanks for braving the rodeo traffic and coming in on a beautiful crisp morning, even when you could be outside. So just a word, well, first of all, who is new here? Is anybody here for the first time? Yay, welcome. Second time, that's close. So welcome. I'll just explain a little bit about the meditation that we're going to do this morning, and then we will do it. So this meditation was given to us by Adzam Rinpoche, whose picture is over on that little shrine area. And Anne actually asked him for a practice specifically for Sunday mornings for this group. And so he gave us this practice. So it's kind of special. And what we'll do is there's two periods of meditation. And the first one is sort of the main period. And we'll alternate between settling the mind down into the center of the abdomen and sounding the sound hung. Hung, let's see, which one is it? Yeah, hung is this one right here. If you're not familiar with Tibetan, you don't have to like picture anything. But hung is a sacred syllable associated with enlightened mind. So according to Tibetan Buddhism, each of us already has actually an enlightened mind. So when we sound hung, we're kind of just getting in touch with that. But if that's like a little bit too much information, you can just always sound the sound and just feel into the vibrations. You know, you can feel it in your body as you make the sound, or you can also just use it as an auditory focus for your meditation. So we'll be switching back and forth between those two types of focus, an internal sort of tactile focus for your meditation, and this auditory focus where you're listening to the sound, you're feeling the sound in your body. If it's meaningful to you, you can reflect on, you know, what that syllable evokes in you. So that's the first part of the meditation, and then we'll take a little break and we'll come back and do the second part, which is more about sharing whatever benefit we feel we've gotten from doing this meditation. And before we start the first part of the meditation, I want to just say before anything else, often people feel that when you meditate, your mind should be like calm and empty of thoughts and whatnot. And really, basically, I think of meditation, like if you think about the Sanskrit word bhavana, which means like to cultivate, it's one word that can be used for meditation. So you're actually more like cultivating a state of mind. So if you sit down and you meditate and there's a bajillion thoughts going through your head and you recognize, oh, wow, I just got completely distracted. Here I go. I'm going to settle back into my body again. You're meditating just fine. So I want to say that because I think often if you're kind of new to meditation, you can feel like, gosh, I can't meditate. I'm really bad at this. It's not going well. But actually what's happening is your mind is doing what it always does, but now you can see it. So totally fine if you find that your mind is going off here and there. You just, very gently invite it back. And also before we start this first part of the meditation, I wanted to say a few things about intention. This is a really traditional, it's a really important topic in traditional Buddhist approaches to meditation, and it's one that we don't really spend that much time on usually on Sunday mornings. And I have found, as I've been working with this real focus on intention here recently, I found it really helpful in keeping my mind engaged with what I'm doing. And what we'll do, or what I don't know that I'll guide this, but what I would invite y'all to do is as you settle in, we'll kind of go through a whole, checking with different parts of the body, type body scan, and then we'll just settle into resting on the breath at the center of the abdomen. What I would encourage you to do or invite you to do today is really to see, as you start to settle in, if you reflect on the benefits of the meditation, see what that does to your meditation session. So for instance, we're settling in, if your intention this morning is to cultivate, just a sense of presence and a sense of being with your own body. As we start this meditation, you can actually imagine, what would it be like if I were 100% present and mindful to myself all the time? What if my mind were like that? So you settle in and you imagine, wow, what are the actual fruits of this meditation that I'm doing? And then as you do the meditation, you already have some sense of what you could gain from it. So the point is not, my meditation needs to be completely, calm and aware and present today. The point is, if I do this meditation, what will be the long-term outcome? So I think that's pretty different from having this intention of, this session is going to be calm, because you have no way to control that. And instead you're thinking, by doing this session, this 35 minutes or whatever, however long we do this meditation, by doing this, I'm investing in arriving at that destination. Does that make sense? Okay. And the other thing I want to say about this is, as we go into the meditation session, this renewed reflection on your intention is actually a traditional way of bringing your mind back. So if you're familiar with meditation, there are lots of ways of bringing your mind back to the breath. You can count your breath. You can kind of break the in-breath and the out-breath into different pieces and just feel for the first moment of the in-breath, the first moment of the out-breath. So there's all these different ways you can keep your mind focused, but this is actually a very traditional way to really get your mind engaged with what you're doing, because you're reflecting on the benefits. It's sort of like if you're, lifting weights or something and you're not really, you're just kind of going through the motions, you don't get the same benefit out of that workout as you do if you're really thinking like, oh, wow, this is going to help my core so that I can X, so that I can do my rock climbing better or whatever. So there's an outcome that we're investing in through this meditation. So anyway, I just wanted to say that about intention. Setting an intention and then using your intention for the session when you realize you've wandered off and your mind is very distracted, you really come back to that imagination. Wow, what would it actually be like if my mind were completely calm, or if your motivation is completely mindful? What if I were completely mindful all day long? What if my mind were completely calm? What if I had complete self-compassion all the time? So whatever your motivation is, you can come back to that what if. All right, so now let's do some meditation. So to begin this session, we'll just invite the mind into the body. And so we want the body to be in a nice, comfortable position, so the mind will be comfortable resting here. So if you're sitting on the floor, it's nice to be sure that your posture is already comfortable. If there's anything that hurts now, you might see if you can grab an extra cushion and prop up a knee, or get a little more height underneath your seat. Or if you really feel uncomfortable, feel free to just switch to a chair at any point during the meditation session. So we get ourselves comfortable, and then I like to imagine all the weight of the body just drops down to the base of the body. Because actually, it's the base of the body that's supporting us anyway. So you just imagine all the weight is held at the base of your body. And you feel that sense of support coming from your seat, whether it's a cushion or a chair. So if you're on a cushion, you can really feel your whole buttocks area and your legs, your feet, your ankles, all of that that's touching the ground is supporting your weight right now. There's really nothing for you to do. You're already supported. And then from that supported base, your spine rises up long and straight. And I like to imagine a string holding the crown of the head up. So pulling that spine nice and straight. Some people talk about tucking the chin to make the neck nice and long. So once you're nice and straight, then you relax. Then you invite the muscles of the face. Just see if they'd like to relax. The muscles of the neck and throat, would they like to relax? Muscles of the shoulders, see if they'd like to relax. Muscles of the upper back, just see if they'd like to relax. Muscles of the lower back, see if they'd like to relax. The muscles of the abdomen, see if they'd like to relax. And then from the base of the body, you can imagine a plumb line or roots, some kind of line dropping down from the base of your spine, down through the floor, through the top layers of the earth, down, down, all the way to the center of the earth. From that center, that deep, supported place, you feel your own body aligned with the center of the earth. You feel the support available from there. So you feel the base of your body resting supported on your cushion or your chair, and your spine rises up long and straight from that supported base. And it really allows you to relax, to set aside just these next however many minutes. When you don't have to attend to the future or the past, you can simply rest, present to yourself and your own body. So now we'll settle into the center of the abdomen, feeling how it expands and contracts with the breath. Really trying to feel it from the inside instead of imagining how it might look from the outside. And during this time, as we're really settling into the meditation, you might reflect on what your motivation is for this session. Do you want calm? Do you want insight? Do you want mindfulness, self-compassion? And just imagine what your mind would be like if you had you were completely suffused with that quality. Then we go into the meditation. You find that your mind has wandered off of the breath, you can gently invite it back. And really, every time the mind wanders off, when you wake up out of that state, you have this wonderful opportunity to feel, what does that distracted state feel like? And what does that focused state feel like that you come back to? So really, with curiosity, without judgment, you can explore that. If you find that it's very difficult to keep your mind focused on the breath at the center of the abdomen, you could spend a few breaths really just trying to feel every single moment of the in-breath. You could spend a few breaths trying to feel every single moment of the out-breath. You can give yourself these assignments to keep your mind a little more focused. And if you find that you're just very, very distracted, you can come back and reset your motivation. Go back to that what if. What if my mind were completely whatever? Calm, attentive, compassionate. And just see how that affects your meditation. Now we shift our object of attention from the breath to the sound Hong, either feeling it in your body or hearing the sound as we all sound it together. you'd like to reflect again on your intention, your motivation for this session, this is a good time for it. And you can, after that, let your mind settle back into the center of the abdomen, resting on the sensation of breath. Before we take a small break, I would just like to suggest that this practice of setting an intention, or if you think of it in more traditional terms, you could say like setting your aspiration, your motivation for something that you do, you can really kind of carry it into a lot of different things in life. So if you would like to take this practice home, do a 5-minute practice every day, or just, even take it into your daily life and find a couple of times a day, 2 minutes where you can take a little break, settle your attention to your center of your abdomen, it can really be beneficial. And I also just want to invite you, as you do that, or as you do your own practice at home, to really use this power of your motivation, this power of the what if, what if my mind were completely calm? What if I completely accepted myself? Because it can be helpful to kind of recenter why you're doing what you're doing. And you can really kind of take it into lots of different areas. If I do a workout and I think of it as an offering to my body, to me that just frames it in a very different way than, oh, I need to burn however many calories. So I think there's just a way that this sense of motivation and intention, like really being aware of what your intention is when you do things, it can really make a difference in the way that you go through your day. So I just invite you all to play with that and see what happens in your life and in your practice. So now we'll take a 10-minute break. There is snacks and tea and yes, sir. Pardon? Oh yeah, the book with names. Thank you. I'm sure it is, but I don't know where. It maybe I don't think that's it. Anyway, we'll find this book that we write names in. So you can put the name of someone who's sick, who needs some support, someone who's recently died. You can put their name in this book, and we'll read it at the end so we can all bring them to mind together. So have a nice break.
I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly. I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly.
yenamido Thakame yilute mita to bolete Chidden ye de karzoloma Andi pung in so pa na ji lo te mendo ni ne che wara so hie de karzoloma Lendre lo me yempe me gita parapoye la ye
I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The five skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly.
Kunjoren jena sama dovi nilibena Toje shenje ziro resa yenamedo Thakame yilute mita to bolete Chidden ye de karzoloma Andi pung in so pa na ji lo te mendo ni ne che wara so hie de karzoloma Lendre lo me yempe me gita parapoye la ye
I ask precious three gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not not fear your death, good and faithful student. The 5 skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly.
Kunjoren jina sa dovi ni nimbena Tujin shen jeziro re sa yena me do Thaka me yilete mita to bolete Chitre den ye te de karzon lo ma Andi pung in so pa nan chi lo te men do ni ne chi war sa hi te de kar zo lo ma Lendre lo me yen pe me gi to par po yin la ye
I ask precious 3 gems from deep in my pained heart. See me with compassion. I have no other hope. This dear human body, impermanence besets. Do you not fear your death, good and faithful student? The 5 skandhas gather and disperse who knows when. Heartily think on death, good and faithful student. Karma never deceives, so give up wrongful thoughts. Engage Dharma wholly.
Kunjoren jina sa dovi ni nimbena Tujin shen jeziro re sa yena me do Thaka me yilete mita to bolete Chitre den ye te de karzon lo ma
Tibetans think of this as like a very open syllable, so it's nice for sharing whatever positive states of mind we've generated And you can think of that in terms of, really sharing merit, or you can also think of it in terms of setting an intention that what we've done here, we're going to try and share that positivity with the people that we encounter through the rest of the day and our week and etc. So let's just take a moment, invite the mind back into the body. Take a few deep breaths down into the abdomen. And then from the heart, we can sound the sound ah. And on the first time, the first time we sound it, we'll imagine this white light of the ah sound at our heart center, just filling our entire body with light, so our body dissolves. The second time, we imagine sharing the light with everybody else in the room. So we're sharing with them, we're also receiving from them. And then the third time, we imagine all of us together sharing all of this light, this energy out to the rest of Houston, everybody at the rodeo, everybody in the continent and the entire world. And if you want to take it out to the ends of space and time, you can send it through everything, however far you feel comfortable. So now we'll sound that first ah, dissolving the body to light. With the second ah, we send and receive the light. And with the third ah, we send this light out as far as our minds can go. Now we'll close by reading the dedication and the blessing from this yellow sheet. We'll start with the dedication. This is on the side that says group practice prayers. By the way, it says, by this good may I swiftly once become a great guru. So here we just mean someone capable of helping others, ourselves and others. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. Then let's say the blessing prayer, and then we'll read the names from the blessings. David, would you be willing to light the candle at the front as we say this? Thank you. Thank you. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. So we offer today's positivity to all beings, and especially to Sam and the Bardo, Dominica, Julie, Robert, Eddie, Jimmy, Faith, Stephen, Perla, and Jack, Katie and Dan, Davi, Dewey, Horst Shaktiman, my friend Peter Doe, Joanne, healing from cancer, Deanna, Rebecca, Hank, safe travel, Victoria, Aunts Hilda and Hannah, Sean, Marla and Karen, Barbara, Warren, Darla in Iowa, Jessica for paper, Bobby, all ill children, Karen, Dolly, Darcy, and Snickers in the Bardo, and Jerry and her brother Doug. And let's just close with these aspirations again on the yellow sheet. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. Thanks, everybody, for coming this morning. Happy meditating this week. Feel free to practice these things at home. And we, of course, invite you back for our other Sundays. We have yoga for meditators, except when it's Tai Chi for meditators at 9:30 in the morning. On Sundays, we have Teaching Tuesdays on our first and third Tuesdays of the month. So that starts at 7 here. It's also broadcast online. We also have Practice Tuesdays. So if you have a practice or you've come a few times to the Sunday sessions, you're welcome to come to our Practice Tuesdays, which are second and fourth Tuesdays of the month here at 7. Those are not broadcast. If you have any questions, you're welcome to talk to me. You can also email info@Dawn Mountain or just email me, Claire@Dawn Mountain. If you have questions afterwards, probably anybody wearing a name tag or like both of those folks behind the computers and Charlie and John. We've got some long-term members. You can ask them. Karen in the back. What should I announce? Are there... Pardon? Poetry. Yeah, that's the big one I'm excited about. In April, starting on the 15th, we're going to have a POA retreat, which is really, really cool. I don't know if this has actually happened in Houston before. I think it's happened a little outside of Houston, but anyway, it's a great opportunity. And you get to learn this very traditional Tibetan practice for the time of death. So you concentrate on the pure realm of Amitabha Buddha. And I'm actually not sure what all is involved, but it's going to be a sandwich retreat. So there's going to be 2 weekends. The instruction will be on the first weekend, that weekend of April 15th, and then you will practice during the week, and then we close that second weekend. So it's a really fantastic opportunity. If you think that someday you might die or you know someone who's going to, I highly recommend this retreat. I've seriously been wanting this one for years, so it's going to be great. You're welcome to come to that one. And I'm going to be doing a mindfulness mini-series sometime in April, but I forget the dates. But you can check our website. Oh yeah, we have a podcast. If you need some more Dawn Mountain in your life and you want it free and you like to meditate and you like good Dharma talks, podcast. Go to our website, dawnmountain.org. There's a little podcast tab that you can click on. You'll see all the episodes there. And if you want to binge listen, you can do that. We're currently working through this really wonderful series of teachings that Harvey gave in spring of 2014 called Changing for Good. So he talks about basically how to make a real change in your life. If there's something you want to stop doing, or if you want to add meditation or some other, life-affirming practice into your life, he offers a lot of suggestions for that, ways of overcoming, your own resistance to change. It's really great. You're welcome to check that out. Anything else? Is that it? Okay, that's all I can think of. Check out our website. There's fantastic stuff going on. Thank you. Have a wonderful morning.